Hey everyone, I am back with another Twin Flame weekly reading. This is for September 6th, I guess. I know I'm kind of doing this on a weird day, and I'll explain why in a minute. But this is for Wednesday, September 6th through to next week on Wednesday. And then I will try to get back on track with doing another video on Friday of next week. As you have, a lot of you in the United States know, my area is being hit by a hurricane in a few days. So I just want to get this video out here just in case I lost power sometime around Friday. We still don't know where it's going exactly or what's going to happen. So I wanted to make sure that I get this to you guys, and to say that if you request a reading after the weekend, like around Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like around that time and later, and if I don't respond to you, I'm not ignoring you, it's most likely I've lost power. So my best advice, don't book a reading after Friday just in case I can't get to you, because I don't want to leave you hanging. So just wanted to put that out there. And I've had a lot of messages of support and thoughts and prayers and things like that, and I appreciate that. I thank all of you for liking and subscribing to the videos, and just keep our friends, our soul families in the islands, keep them in your thoughts and prayers tonight. And for those in Haiti and Cuba, over the next couple days, they're going to get hit really, really hard, and they don't have the luxuries that we do here in the United States. Unfortunately, they're going to see a lot of loss. So I just really quick want to send some loving energy out to them, and surround them with Archangel Michael's white light of healing and protection, and just hope that they get through this as best as they can. So to move on, we are right now, we had a full moon. It's the Pisces full moon. I've been kind of out of the loop lately, as you can probably understand. It is the full moon in Pisces. It is a lot of energy of discovering each other, discovering people, seeing people for their true colors. And if any of you are in the southeast, in the last couple days, you've seen how people really act in an emergency. It actually kind of made me nervous when I was out, because people were fighting over water, they're fighting over gas, they were fighting over food. It was just pandemonium, and it was really hard for me to keep centered and patient and keep my wits about me, because I was picking up on the energy of the collective. Everyone else around me was upset and angry and frustrated and scared, and it just really snowballed, and I was feeling it too. And I kind of had to get my stuff together, and then like today I was a little bit more in relaxation mode, and things happened that kind of disrupted that, but I'll get into that in a minute. The big message for today is about rituals, and about how we're breaking free of old religious indoctrination and old 3D paradigms. And what I mean by that is, if you are the type, for example with this hurricane, if you're the type that feels that the universe or that God is doing this to punish the collective as a whole, or to punish a certain group of people, that is old bullshit religious indoctrination. The universe does not do that. The universe does not punish anybody for anything. They will have you go through hard times to teach you lessons, but it's not a punishment. It is, the universe will not put you in something that they cannot also give you the tools to come out of. So again, I'll say that the universe will not have anything happen to you or have anything put in your way that they cannot give you the tools to get out of. So all this BS about the reason why the hurricanes are bad, or that society is bad, is because we have dissatisfied God, or we have polluted the earth, and the earth is responding. That has nothing to do with it. We had hurricanes this bad in the 60s, in the 80s. I mean, this is a bad storm, but they had worse. I mean, this planet's been around for a really long time. I'm sure they've had worse before we could record the history of it. So just keep that in mind. I keep hearing stories about hurricanes in the 30s, hurricanes in, you know, earlier times, that when the very first readings were being recorded of those, this has been happening for a long time. So it's not because of Trump, it's not because of North Korea, it's not because of us being addicted to our electronics. It has nothing to do with us as a people. This is just a cycle of life that happens, and things just, they just happen. And they will teach us things. There are lessons to be learned in this, and that's kind of what I want to talk about, is about looking at things without looking at the big picture. We've been told throughout this whole hurricane thing in the last few weeks, or the last few days, I'm sorry, that the National Hurricane Center has a track that they use and a cone. They tell us, don't look at the line, don't look at the track, look at the cone, because the track is just the middle, but there's so much more around it that we need to pay attention to. So the rule is to look at the bigger picture and not look at one little track. And that's the same here. If you are the type that you feel like you can't successfully meditate or pray without certain conditions being met, like you have to have your crystals and your candles and your cards, and you have to, you know, do it on the full moon, or you have to have complete silence and be in a dark room, and you know, those are the conditions that you need to meditate, or that you feel like you have to meditate. And then all of a sudden, you know, you either forget your crystals at home, you run out of incense, you end up not getting any peace and quiet, and you get mad, and you say, well, I can't meditate now. That's just, it's useless. That stuff is changing. We are now finding new ways to cope with things, and it starts really small. And it starts with everything kind of working out well. We get into our groove of meditation, or we get into our groove of our ascension, our spiritual life, things like that, and then the universe throws us a curveball. For example, I was planning on taking the day and trying to center myself again, because I have been in kind of like 3D mode for the last few days, trying to get supplies and get things coordinated with my family down here. And so they close the schools Thursday and Friday. So I had one day kid-free, on my own, by myself, to do whatever I wanted. And guess what? The school called, my son was sick, I had to go get him. So there went my supposed peace and quiet, but as you can tell, there's no screaming in the background. He took a nap. So at first I was a little bit upset. I was more concerned about him obviously being sick, but I was a little bit like, oh, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening now? I had to say, stop it, recenter, and get back into the groove and say, okay, well, obviously something else is going on. But he is actually fine. My son is fine. He just has a little bit of a cold. He was outside running around and playing, and then he got stung by a wasp. So the poor kid's been through a lot today, but he's okay. He's taking a nap. He's happy. Everything is good, and mommy gets some peace. So to get on with the reading, I'm sorry I was taking up a lot of time talking, but I wanted to get that message out there. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do 6 cards, and I will do the first card for you as the audience, the watcher, the viewer, and the second card for your counterpart, because we're moving past masculine, feminine, runner, chaser. We're getting rid of all that stuff. That stuff is old 3D paradigm. So our card today is the 4 of Cups. And what this represents for this week is our boredom and our exhaustion and tiredness of the 3D paradigms and the religious indoctrination and the things that we grew up thinking that were gospel truth, as they say. We are getting tired of it. We are getting, you know, things are being thrown in our way, like what happened to me today. Things are being thrown in the way. We make a plan, especially us earth signs. I'm a Capricorn here. We like to make our plans. We like to set our plans, and when they don't go well, we tend to get a little crazy. Well, life doesn't happen like that. Maybe 3D life happens like that some of the time, but in general, life does not go as planned. You can plan some things, but you can't plan everything. And this is telling us just to chill out and not, not get so wrapped up in all the, all the stuff like, oh, well, it's always been done like this. It's always been done like that. Or this person's not, their marriage isn't okay because they have multiple partners. Or this person isn't raising their child right because they're feeding them fast food. That is old 3D stuff. We are being encouraged to live and let live. I mean, that doesn't mean if you see someone hurting someone else to just walk away. Absolutely not. But this is about staying away from the drama. This is us getting sick of the drama, tired of it, tired of obeying the rules and following the so-called rules that we are supposed to follow, and things like that. So we are getting tired of it all, and we are moving on, and we are starting to get into higher dimensional thinking. So this is good news. Now for our counterparts, it is the Ace of Cups, which means that they are in a more refreshed mindset, a loving mindset, a thinking about including us in their plan, in their life, in their emotions. They are looking at everything from all angles. The eye is looking over that cup, and that is them. Because a lot of the conversations lately have been in 5D or have been telepathic. So that eye is still watching us, and they are still there, and they are encouraging us, and they are waiting for us, and we are waiting for them, and eventually it'll come together and our cup will be whole. Not saying that we're not whole as individuals, but that cup of love will be completed, it'll be filled. So having both cards be cups is a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. And we've got more to come. So the connecting energies is the moon, which is perfect because we are in a full moon. We are seeing the masks come off. We are seeing the shadow sides. We are seeing people acting in ways that we used to just not care about before, and all of a sudden now we do care. But we are being pushed to just say a silent little prayer for them and just walk away and not pay attention to it because it's not our problem. Our family members are seeing changes in us, and they're trying to push their ideas into us, or their agendas. They're trying to push their agendas as far as our lives are concerned. Don't pay attention to it. You live your life and you do what you have to do. This is not going to affect you. This is just what both of you are feeling from both sides. If you feel moments of a little bit of frustration just randomly, it could be from your counterpart. They're feeling it too. So to keep the energy clean, just try to distance yourself as much as you can from the situation and ground yourself. And just, because anything you put out there, you're going to manifest. You're going to, just like how we get caught up in, sometimes some of us get caught up in numbers, we get caught up in songs, we get caught up in signs, we get caught up in things. Those are true, but sometimes we just pay attention to the little signs and miss the big gigantic ones. So please don't miss the big signs. The big signs are the good ones. So the environment card is a 10 of Cups. So we're still going in the right direction. We're still doing what we have to do. We are aiming towards this happy home and happy family. And that is what's going to make, when all this energy does come together, that's what is going to happen. And this is where we are. This is where we are. We are really moving past trying to fit into other people's idea of what we should be or who we should be and things like that. So we're doing really good. The advice card is the 8 of Wands. That is just go with the flow. Just the energy is moving really fast. Just hang on and go like a zip line. Just hang on to that zip line and take off. Just go. Just go with it. Because you've got your counterpart. Your counterpart has your back. You have their back. You're communicating. We're all communicating wonderfully in 5D if you are there to hear it. And that's another thing. If you're still so caught up in looking for the signs and looking for this and looking for that, you're going to miss the little conversations and the little messages that your twin is trying to give you. And this, again, quick energy, go with the flow, lots of air, lots of fire, lots of everything, and especially with the current weather situation, lots of wind. wind, and things flying around. But you know what? You just sit in your little shelter, make your own little shelter, and just let things bounce right off you. So the outcome is the Five of Swords, and that is about just not we were fighting for the wrong things before. Now we need to just fight with ourselves and just fight for ourselves. Let things go, but if someone does cross a boundary, stick up for yourself. And this is kind of warning us not to fight for the wrong things. Don't concentrate on what your ex is doing. Don't concentrate on what your mom's doing, your sister's doing, your best friend's doing. Just focus on you, take care of you and the people that you are responsible for in the 3D, meaning children, pets, etc. Don't get caught up in the drama. It's not worth it. So the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is about new things coming to fruition. This would be for the coming week. New things coming to fruition in the physical world. So maybe a new job, maybe a new financial opportunity, something like that. Something good. Good, grounded, happy, fresh energy. So this is a good card. I've got the Romance Angels. Give it a little shuffle. I shuffled these earlier too, but it just needs one more. Okay. I will pull one for us and one for them. For us, it is playfulness. And this is what I was saying. Just go with the flow. Just be a child. Let things kind of bounce off your back. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And that's it. Just don't let things that are not necessary to worry about worry you. And the universe will find a way to pull us out of whatever situation it places us in. They don't ever throw us in with the wolves without giving us a tool to get out. So don't worry about that. I've never heard of anybody who has ever been stuck in a situation over and over and over and never getting out of it. Things always get better. They always turn around and they always get better. May not happen in our timing, but it'll happen in the universe's timing. Okay, so for our counterparts, it is love yourself first, which is a lesson that we had to learn recently. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Absolutely. And that is kind of goes with this Ace of Cups energy too. Our counterparts are really loving themselves. They're really getting to love themselves, and they're really they've healed from a lot of the childhood traumas. They've healed from a lot of the past life traumas. They've got this new sense of life and this new zest for life. And at the bottom of the deck is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So again, chemistry. We're cups this week. We're doing really, really good. Now I'll pull a couple for energy oracle. Okay. Sorry, I was just getting a random message there. So I'm going to pull 3 for this one and do the bottom of the deck. For us, it is adjacent possibilities, meaning don't always focus on the little things. Look at the big picture. These are other things that can be possible. The old way of doing stuff, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Don't cling on to what doesn't work. Do what works for you. Don't look at someone down the road and copy what they do. Don't look at what I do, my life or what I do, and do what I do. Certainly don't do what I've done in the past. I don't recommend that. But, find your own path, and you will be giving several doors to walk through. So you'll be good there. For them, it's strategy. And this has to do with kind of finding, formulating our plan. And it could have to do with us formulating the plan to reunite with us, to give us energy, to give us love. They're coming up with their strategy, and they've got this Ace of Cups energy behind them. They are ready for something new. For a third, it's cornucopia, which is an abundance of blessings. It is money, it is love, it is opportunities, possibilities with these doors opening up. It is a big bunch of good stuff. Amazing blessings. And the bottom of the deck is a goddess of the moon, and that is what we should be, whether we are biologically male or female. We have male and female energy within us. And it is the full moon. It is time to be the goddess of the moon. And that is very important. And don't be like Irma, the goddess of war, who is trying to attack a big chunk of the southeastern region. Don't be like Irma. Irma's not fun right now. But if you want to, you're into that, you can. There are a lot of people sending love to Irma. I don't know if that is something that is is possible. I don't know if it's something that a storm can respond to. It's worth a shot. I mean, sending love just to anything is always worth a shot. I will try to myself, and I am definitely going to be praying and meditating tonight for everyone in the path of this storm, and continuing prayers for all of those who are in Hurricane Harvey that are still recovering from the floodwaters and from the devastation there, and all of the people in the wildfires in the western part of the United States. I send my love, I send healing to you all, and you will be in my thoughts and my prayers at all times. So with that being said, I am going to go tonight and try to go to the beach and just see if I can feel something, send some sort of healing energy to the islands, send some healing energy to Irma, maybe something. Maybe it'll work. It is a storm is a living thing. It's not a biological living thing like we're used to, but it is an energy. It is absolutely an energy, and sending love can never hurt. So with that being said, I'm going to end this right now. If you want to book a reading, I will put the link in the description. If you want to email me, I will put my email address in the description. Again, stay safe, everyone in the United States. There are many different things going on all over the place. And in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico and Cuba and Haiti and Dominica and all the islands down there that I've missed, you know, the utmost love and light and healing to you. And that will be all. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you next week.